another large photo, and this one is a picture of a storm coming in from the west back in 2018. It was a humdinger. Okay, so I'm using the Paper Rose Studio Rainbow Poppy collection. Now, I've been hoarding this collection and I've actually used it twice in 2 days. And now it's gone back into my hoarding section. I'm sure you all do it. I do it. We all do. I bought this collection a while ago and I used a little bit of it, and then I thought, I have to save it. It's so pretty. But what's the point? Why save it? It's beautiful and you bought it for a reason. Use it. So what I'm doing here is I've had a few requests to show how to scrap one large photo. So it may be a family photo, it may be whatever. I have chosen to print 2 weather photos. So one is for spring, and this layout is from a storm that was coming in summertime. So all I'm doing here is I'm starting off with black and white. Now, I've really been into this lately. I'm sure I'll get over it real soon and I'll go back to doing something slightly different. But I enjoy starting with a blank canvas. I know that scares some people, but for me, it spells out freedom. I can do whatever I like if I start off with a blank canvas. Now, most people don't put a rainbow on a black background. To be honest, to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen anyone put a black. But stick with me because it really works. So this rainbow paper is super pretty. I absolutely love it. It's from Paper Rose Studio, which I've already said. But because I just did the other voiceover, I can't remember if I said it on this one or that one. Okay, so this is, if you have a Spotlight store near you and you like mixed media, these paints are the bomb. They are so good. They are SONJA'S, they're called, artist colors. Now, they aren't cheap. They're about $6 to $8 a tube. But this particular one I'm using is carbon black and it's matte flow acrylic paint. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create almost like a watermark. Okay, so I'm doing tone on tone just to create, I didn't want raindrops, but I wanted sort of a splash, you know, that kind of look. So it lends itself to water, but it's not really, if that makes sense. So I am just using a makeup sponge that I bought from Kmart. I buy them in a bulk pack and they're like $2. I think you get 20 or something in there. They're perfect for inking through stencils, putting paint through stencils, putting glue through stencils. I know, you're thinking glue? Why would you put glue through stencils? I might do a quick bit about that actually, and show you a couple of different ways of putting different mediums through stencils and getting a great look. I'm just writing that down while I think of it. I always get my ideas for my videos in the middle of doing another video. Okay, so all I'm doing is going around. I don't need to cover the entire page because the photo is really large and so is the rainbow. So all I'm doing is just going around. I leave this in here because I knew it would give me chitty chat time. So as you can see, when it dries, it's very matte. Now, you know, if you use your poster paint, I mean, by all means, use whatever medium you can afford and any medium that you feel is not taking money from your bread and butter on the table. That's my theory. So I'm very, very lucky. My husband allows me to purchase whenever I feel the need to. So um, he has no qualms with that. So I'm very lucky. I'm also very spoiled. I have a lot. A lot of you would love to come and just play in my craft room. I'm sure of it. Okay, so this is where I thought, I don't think I like these white lines in the middle of my rainbow. But every person that I've seen, they see these big rainbows and they cut them. They cut them out and then they've got to sort of reposition them. I didn't want to have to do that. I like the exact spacing between the colours. So here I am sort of thinking to myself, how can I get the paint between there? So, as you can see my finger tapping, I'm thinking. Now, this one is a power scrap. I didn't stew on it too long. I just made the decisions. And to be honest, if I sat back and thought to myself, black and a rainbow, if I thought about that too long, I would never have made this page, because I would have thought to myself, you're mental. That's stupid. Why would you do that? But I think it looks really good in the end. That's my opinion. You let me know what you think. Now, this is my 0.7mm black Posca paint pen, and it also dries matte. So it's not adding gloss to it, and it's sticking with the matte paint theory. This did not take me very long to run through here, and I really liked it when I did it, and then when I put it back on top of the black, it was like bingo. I have to go over it a couple of times there because my pen is ever so slightly thinner than the white bit, and I didn't want the white showing. So it doesn't take me long. And the other thing I was going to mention to you, if you're in Queensland, holy moly, today's Wednesday, so this will be going up in a couple of days' time. Boy, oh boy, the wind chill factor right now is insane. Wow. Joe, if you're watching, you would know, because I know you're near me. And boy, oh boy, this wind is crazy. But that's okay. We deal with it. So here in Queensland, for my overseas people, subscribers or oh, sorry about that. I've got a cake in the oven. Okay, it's all right. It's got 10 minutes to go, so I'll keep going, shall I? My husband and my daughter are still COVID isolating, so I thought I'd make them a chocolate cake today. Give them something different. I mean, the only thing I can really do for them is give them cake. They're not terribly sick, which is fantastic, which is good. And tomorrow's their last day in isolation. Yay, we can be a family again. We had 2 people with it and 3 people without it. So we have been spraying Glen 20 like it's free. And we have been just... Now, doesn't that look just right? Now it's like that. It makes my heart happy. It looks right because it's on the black and it looks right now. So as you can see, I've got that bit of watermark going on, and I just did that to measure where I needed to put my black foam. I'm just raising it up ever so slightly. I do have the super uber sticky strips that I bought, but this is such a big bulky thing. I thought I'd just use my Crafters Fun Foam. I get this from Spotlight. It's about $15 for 60 6x4 multicolored sheets. Once you put it down, it doesn't matter if it's green, black, yellow, orange. Now, I'm using my tear tape with this particular one because I'm having a love-hate relationship with my other gun that I am not buying any more replacements for. The small handheld one I will continue to use, but the large one, the love-hate, the hate has outweighed the love, and I'm done with it. It's not great. I'm not going to bag the product, like in particular on here, but every time the tape just gums up and it doesn't flow. So on the hunt for another option, an ATG, because I have rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia. My hands, I struggle with the concept of such a large gun. That's why I haven't gone with the ATG. That's why I'm sort of, I don't know. It just, yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going with it, but I'm researching. Okay, so here's where I actually used a white one. You can see there where I used the black paint and thought, oh, I can make them matte and they can be matte black. And then realised, hang on a minute, the flip side of these thickers, which are called, let me think, Happy Life. Happy Life. They're they are the Happy Life. They're the ones, oh, what's her name? It's left my brain. It's coming back. Paige Evans. They're the Paige Evans Happy Life thickers that she bought out with one of her collections, but they go with every collection. And I love them because they've got a little bit of dimension, but I always struggle to use the blue ones because I use the white ones a lot, but I never use the blue ones. So this is the perfect layout for that. So I decided to use these. This is where the wax paper comes into its own. These pop back off here perfectly. They hold their sticky, and it allows you to look through your project to see exactly where you want to position things. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So if that's something you struggle with, is placement of lettering or placement of different things, get yourself some waxed paper. If you're an Australian, you may struggle with this. I ended up buying mine got it from Amazon AU, and it was imported from the US. So, and it wasn't ridiculously overpriced. And the amount you use, because you just keep reusing it. This one I won't reuse because I put paint on it, but yeah, it's really good. See how you can see through where you want it to sit? I'm getting rid of the paint's not wet, but I wanted to bring it up a little bit closer. So what I do is I just put a bit of glue on my hand. I have no fear of, some people hate having glue on them, but I remember when I was a kid, I used to put glue on my hand and let it dry and then peel it off. I used to love that feeling. And still to this day, I love it. So that's my art glitter glue. Nothing moves. When you put that stuff down, you better get it in the right spot quick because you don't have very much wiggle room, especially in winter. Some you get a little bit more, but yeah, it's pretty good. So I know at the moment you can see that I have this on the side, and I apologize for that. There's only two ways I can line this up perfectly. I need to use my T-square ruler, and they are dirt cheap. They're like $4.95. You can get them from Crafts Online here in Australia. You can get them on Amazon AU. I think they're a little bit dearer on Amazon though than what they are on Crafts Online. However, that being said, you have to have a $60 minimum now. They increased the minimum from $50 to $60. Spend to get free postage. For me, that's not hard. I usually wait until I've got that amount to spend anyway. So my glue, as you can see, it dries on my hand, but that's okay. Just add a little bit more. Oh, look, that was perfectly timed. Now, what else did I want to tell you? That's right. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really, really, really love your support. And I would love it if you could, if you are a supporter, if you would share my page, my channel. I also have a Facebook group that I post my still photos to, and I want you to post your video, your photos, your stills. I love to see what you guys are working on as well, because everybody scrapbooks differently, and I find inspiration in all different places. You have no idea where I see inspiration, and it could be something as simple as, if I was looking at this page right now, I would honestly find inspiration in the matte black on black. That's where I would, if this was someone else's page, I would grab that bit and run with it from there. That's what I do. So a lot of ideas, for us to say that it's my idea and I thought of it, that's insane, because there is, scrapbooking and memory keeping has been around for so long that it's just how you think of things that sets you apart from the rest. That's basically what it is. And I'm doing my very, very best to bring you a fresh take on things, whether it's stencils, whether it's all different things. This was a game changer right here. This is my Stickles range of Stickles, and it's the diamond one, and I just ran it over the top of the black line, and it pops and it adds shimmer. I loved it. It turned out so good. Never be afraid to try your glitter over the top of a dark color or something like that. Like, it makes it pop. If you've got red, and you've got red glitter, red stickles, something like that, and you want to use it on top of red on red, amazing. Red on black, amazing. You may need two separate coats, but it works. If you want me to do a quick bit showing you different ways, just pop a message down below and I'll do a quick bit. The reason I do quick bits, and where I got that idea from, is sometimes people just need to see how to do a certain thing, or how to, like here, I'm flooding. I call this flooding because I make cakes, and that's a term that we use in cake making. When you do your royal icing and then you flood it. So you go around the outside edge and that sort of hardens a little bit, and then you flood it in the center. And that's what I'm doing here with the Glossy Accents. I am all about the Glossy Accents. Now, you can buy Glossy Accents for a glue, so you can use it as a glue. You can use it to go over the top of something and make it shiny like this. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving some of the splashes, I'm leaving them to be a matte color, and then I'm doing some that are shiny. I just for a point of difference, something slightly different, that's all. And just to give you the idea that you don't have to necessarily go over the whole thing. I actually prefer this little tiny bottle, and I did buy a new larger bottle, and I've just decanted it into the smaller one because it's easier for my hands to work with. And this is just about, once I get to the end of this, that's the end. So I would love it if you click on the Facebook group. The link is in the description, and pop on over to the Facebook group and share what you've been working on lately. Do not ever be afraid to share what you are working on. You may think yours is too simple, or it's not as, you're not using, the latest products. You don't need to. Trust me, when we buy a product, unless you use it every single day consistently, um, I've got some products here that I've had for nearly 15, 16 plus years, and they still work perfectly. So I would love nothing more than to have you subscribe so that you can pop back and see my other videos. Feel free. I speed things up, and that way you can see that up in the top corner is still a little bit wet. But I do speed up my videos in order to leave everything in. So that is a point of difference that I have compared to other people. I don't edit them to the point that you can't follow along, and I leave my mistakes in. So you see that I make just as many mistakes as you do, and they just turn into happy accidents. So thank you so much for watching, and I will chat to you again soon, guys. Thanks heaps. Bye.